Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So now today is the first session of Chakra Astrology, and let us begin with the proper syllabus of Chakra Astrology. I will first introduce you to what is Chakra Astrology, why this is different from the traditional astrology, and how we are looking at the birth chart. See, in the traditional astrology, we study the planets, we study the zodiac signs, we study so many other things. Even the birth chart is birth chart देखते हैं, लग्न कुंडली देखते हैं, जन्म कुंडली देखते हैं, राशि कुंडली देखते हैं, नवमांश देखते हैं. There are so many ways. And then there we also check with the movement of the planets and the remedies that are generally suggested, as wear some stone or do this puja. Is that right? Well, with due regards to everything, the science is really great. But my simple question, do you think you can correct some kind of a planetary impact just because some XYZ person does some puja for you? Do you think this is something reasonable? Do you think this is logical? Why I'm asking this question is purely because I will say, is it not something similar to saying, oh my God, I'm very hungry, I'm very hungry. I'm calling somebody, hey, I'm very hungry, but I don't have any access to food. Will you please have some food for me so that my stomach will get filled? Can this work? Can this work? Say yes or no.
No.
It won't. Then how can you expect that somebody else is doing some puja for you and you get the benefit of it? I mean, you do get the benefit, but how and why? Is because it is as good as the placebo remedy that we give in homeopathy. Do you know what is placebo remedy?
No.
Placebo remedy is a remedy where what we do is we give something as a medicine when that something is not at all a medicine. There is no medicine in it. There is no medical properties in it, but a person consumes it thinking that it is a medicine. And because he has a belief that he has taken a medicine, he starts recovering and he gets cured. This is what is called as a placebo remedy. And giving a placebo remedy is very common in homeopathy as well as in many other places in medical practice. I would say, I'd seen once, one doctor was like saying, do one thing, it took some regular sugar powder and he made some choti puris out of it. Like not the tablets, but the packets of doses. And what was it? Just sugar powder. And he told the person, these are the doses for you. One in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the night. That's it. And how much was it? 1 pinch of sugar powder. And he said, see, the medicine is very strong. So you have to consume just that much. What you do is just put it in the center of your tongue and drink it with water. Do you know why center of the tongue? Because our center of the tongue is one part of our tongue where we cannot experience any taste. Now, this gentleman used to do this. One day I caught him, I said, what are you doing? And the person says, see, this gentleman to whom I'm giving these medicines does not require any medicine. But he thinks that he is sick. And he believes that I give a medicine and he eats it and he gets well. So he comes here. He takes the medicine from me. He pays me the fees, goes home and feels that he is doing good. Later on, I go and return his fees to his family. Because taking fees for no reason is unethical and I wouldn't do that. So that was something I'm sure not many medical practitioners will have this kind of a gentle quality, which I saw in this particular doctor. But then the fact is, many times we get cured because of our belief. And many times these pujas and stuff like that do the job of placebo remedy. Is that clear? And that is where we are going to check out the scientific relation between planets, zodiac signs, and our bodies. Once we understand this scientific relation, and once we start interpreting the birth charts with this relation, we will be able to look at astrology, one of the most wonderful science, but the most misinterpreted science, unfortunately, by many. We will be able to look at it with a higher or greater reverence. So the idea behind starting this particular course is not, certainly not, to undermine the existing astrology. No. But yes, it is definitely to give a new dimension, new vision to look at planets and zodiac signs. Because the planets and zodiac signs, all those things give a certain knowledge, or they do have some impacts on us, no doubt. But how they have the impact, what it is, how the energies enter our bodies, and how they determine our behavior. Do we have this particular thing just as the relation of one single life? Or is it that this particular relation of zodiac signs and planets with us is going from generations to generations? That is our birth, previous birth, birth prior to that, birth prior to that. Is it that in every birth we had the same birth chart? See, there are certain questions which come. And I don't know whether you have experienced these questions or not. But I'm sure that if you experience, if you have such questions, you would have definitely wanted to have an answer to that. Am I right? And having a desire to have such answers is taken to be rude. Basically, asking such question was taken as rude earlier. Now also, if you go and ask an astrologer, can you please explain the science behind all these things? The astrologer will tell you, look here, if you don't believe in astrology, get lost. Don't eat up my head. Don't ask some foolish questions. Am I right? Do the people say such things? Why I'm asking is because I have got these answers. Though, of course, I will tell you, I used to ask such questions. Well, when I used to be a school-going child. Some astrologer from the family would come and tell me, see, your astrological chart says this, or your palm lines say this. I remember looking at my palm and looking at my birth chart. Somebody had predicted that I will never ever do any kind of a job. I will never work for anyone. And that means, obviously, being a lady those days, it would mean that means I would only be a homemaker. Now, I wanted to prove that uncle wrong. And just in order to prove him wrong, I worked for about 30 years in a college. That's it. That means astrological chart says, and he was saying with definite, with guarantee, you are never going to work. And I said, see, uncle, I'm working. Yes, he couldn't understand that time that I am not a person who is cut out to be a subordinate of somebody. Because after I gave up my job, now I'm doing so many things. I've created my identity, but I'm not working for somebody. That is a different story. But I did prove him wrong first. Then, when I think I was in 8th or 9th standard, looking at my hand, there was one particular line on my hand. And he said, by the time you become 26, 27, you will start frequently traveling abroad. It will be like you will have one foot in India and one foot outside India. That many times you will be going abroad. Now again a question, if I'm not going to work, how this is going to happen? Because those days, a lady doing a business was like never ever even imagined. I'm talking about all these conversations happened sometime in 1968-69. That time. Do you think those days people would imagine that a lady or girl from a middle class family would be doing her own profession or business? No, that was not the mindset. Now, again, I wanted to prove even that wrong. So, I didn't even make my passport till both my children got married. I didn't want to go abroad. Now I don't mind. So now my passport is there. I had gone also once. But why I'm saying is the astrological charts do not always speak the truth, but the way in which we will be interpreting the chart, we will be seeing a logic behind it. And once we understand the logic behind it, that means we understand the algorithm between planets and chakras and zodiac signs. Things will be as simple as the program written for a computer. And once it becomes that clear, that simple, that logical, I'm very sure you would love reading anything. And the remedies would be very, very simple. I will start sharing what we are going to do today. One moment. Let me start right from file 1. Okay. So here, what we are going to see today in chakra astrology as such is we have 7 chakras, right? We have 9 planets. Now, out of the 9 planets, 7 planets represent 7 chakras. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, 7 planets represent 7 chakras, and rest of the 2, they are the axis. Okay. Just like Earth has axis, even each one of us has got axis. And those axes are the rest of the 2, Rahu, Ketu. Then, we also know that when we talk about 7 planets, are they actually the planets? Or they are not?
Yes. They're planets.
They're planets. See,
Yeah, Mars, Jupiter, Venus.
Sun is not a planet. Sun is a star. Moon is not a planet. It is a subplanet. That is, right?
Satellite.
Satellite. So, moon is a satellite, or sun is a star.
Right,
Rest
ma'am.
all are planets. So, 5 of them are planets. Correct? Now,
Right.
beyond them, that is Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Our old astrology does not talk about Uranus, Neptune, Pluto because they were not discovered that time. So we will just check it out. Then we also
But they're
have.
so far away in the system, ma'am. They're so far away in the system. Do they have impact on Earth?
Well, I will say one thing. Neptune, which is, I think, almost 1.5 times bigger than Jupiter. Whether it has an impact on our life or not, I don't know. But Neptune definitely has impact on the orbit of Uranus.
Okay.
Actually, the orbit of Uranus was seen to be deviating. And that is how Neptune was discovered.
Okay.
But then, of course, I agree how the planets that are so far away have an impact on our lives. And that is a practical question. Reason is, even when we talk about zodiac signs, the 12 sun signs, do you know the closest solar system from Earth? Now, here I'm talking a little bit of astrophysics. Okay. The closest solar system that we have is of Alpha Centauri and Beta Centauri. This is a solar system with 2 suns, twin planet system, twin star system. Alpha Centauri is one star, Beta Centauri is another star. These two stars are close by and the entire solar system revolves around them. So here in the sky, we see one sun. There they see two suns.
Mhm.
That is how it goes. And there, the second or third planet, it is said that that planet is something similar to our planet Earth. But I'm talking about the research of NASA. Okay. But do you know that that early closest solar system is about 11 or 13 light years away from us? And what is this light years concept? Are you aware of it?
Mm.
Light year means
The
if
distance.
we start sending a light signal from Earth to that place, it will reach there after 11 years.
Mhm.
That means whatever planet over there that we are seeing from that solar system, whatever we are seeing now is 11-year-old. It had happened 11 years back. After 11 years, the light has reached us. That is what is the concept of light year. Now, genuinely speaking, my question is, do the planets that are so far away have any actual impact on our life? Is that a technical question? Yes.
Right. Mm.
But they do have something, and how it is that we will see later on. Now, altogether, I will also say one thing. We have 12 sun signs. I'm not saying sun signs, they're zodiac signs. Because in our birth chart, whatever sign is there where sun is present, we call that as our sun sign. And wherever our moon is there in our zodiac sign, the sign, zodiac sign, which is seen there, we call that as our moon sign, our Rashi. That is the sun sign and moon sign. And even in astrology, there are 12 houses of astrology. Chakras, we have 12 openings, how we are going to see that. And here we are going to check all the interactions between these. We have 7 chakras, out of them crown and root. See how there are 12 openings. We have 7 chakras. Crown and root have only one opening. You can see here. This is crown and this is root. There is only one opening. Then here, third eye. Okay. Then here 1, 2. Here 1, here 2. Like that. 1, 2. 1, 2. Can you see this? So altogether, these all become 10, 11, 12. Is that clear? This is how we have the 12 openings of chakras. We are going to see them in details. Okay. But maybe, how about taking a small break and continuing? Small break of 5 minutes. Will that be a good idea? Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Yeah.
We'll just have a small break of 5 minutes and we continue again.
Okay.
Okay. Exactly after 5 or 7 minutes, I will connect again and we'll join again. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, ma'am.
Welcome.